My name is Kallia Chapman, and this is my story. At the very early age of about 5 months old, my parents were separated. Later, they would get divorced. It was an abusive situation, and my mom had the courage to leave. So she took me and some clothes that I had, and that was about all we had. And we spent some time bouncing around from a lot of different shelters. Growing up, I can only remember seeing my father after that maybe twice. So I spent a lot of my life striving to impress my father, although he couldn't see what I was doing, and I spent a lot of time trying to win his approval. On November 1st, 2001, my father was killed by a drunk driver. And at the age of 13, I spiraled into a depression. What once was a straight A child went automatically to making Fs. I went to summer school that year. It was a rough time. My mom sent me to counselors and, I was looking for guidance from a lot of people. In spite of being mad at God, I knew that I needed to run back to Him. So I ran back to Christ at the age of 13 because I was scared. My father passed away. Did he go to heaven? What will happen if I pass away in the same manner? And because of that, I decided that I needed to get close to God. I developed a habit of sleeping with the television on at night because I didn't even like to hear my own thoughts. It was that bad. But slowly, God started to take that pain away. There used to be a time when I couldn't tell this story without tears. And I just thank God that He's delivered me from that pain. So I no longer seek the approval of my earthly father. I seek the approval of my heavenly Father. And everything that I do now is to please Him. And I find satisfaction in that. So I was driving past Life Church one day. God actually spoke to me and said, I want you to go visit that church. I had already gone to my church. I had no clue what time church started or ended here. But I came anyway, my mom and I. And when we got here, the parking lot was empty except for maybe one or two cars. And I got out and I walked up to the door. And I decided to try and peep through the door, maybe and see if anybody was still here, because there were one or two cars left outside. And this lady walks up and she asked me, can she help me? And I just asked her, hey, what time do you have service? And instead of maybe turning me away because church is over and she wants to go home, she spent the time telling me not only just that service starts at 10, she also told me about life groups and life track and everything there was to offer at the church. And so I left, and it was maybe a month before I actually got a chance to visit the church. But once I visited, I never left because the love that you experience here is overwhelming. Coming to church is amazing. It's not a chore. Every time the doors are open almost, I'm here. I'm now serving on the youth and young adults team. I'm teaching in music development, and I'm also one of the drummers for Sunday morning worship. This has been an amazing place. It's like a family to me. Because I turned my heart back to Jesus, He turned my life around. And right now I have an amazing life. I have an awesome husband, Darnell, and we have a beautiful daughter. And I'm plugged into an awesome church with awesome people. Life is great, and I'm so glad that God is not concerned with where we started, but He's concerned with the path that we take and the race that we run, and He'll give us the expected end.